Dear students, see last time we discussed about dynamics of circular motion. We discussed motion of a vehicle on a level circular path. We derive equation of the maximum safe speed. In the same way, we discuss the motion of a vehicle on a banked road, that is a circular road with the slope. We also derived equation of maximum safe speed. Now we started see the how to solve problems in mechanics. Now in that we talked that see there can be more than one mass that we call as a system. Now let us say our system is like this. We say M1 and M2. Let us say the force F. Okay, right now we consider a smooth surface. So we say no frictional force act on the system. Okay, then if we consider friction also, then it will be little bit more complicated. But we start with a simpler system. Let us say mass M1 and M2. See, connected by a string or a rope like this. We consider this mass of the string or rope is very less compared to that. We can neglect. Now this F is our external force. Now here we have to obtain the equation of acceleration of the system, and let us say the tension between mass M1 and M2. See here we assume that the common acceleration or the acceleration of system is A, that we call as a common acceleration. So we can write like this: let common acceleration of system is A. Now as I told, see we have to draw the, sometimes they call FBD is a force body diagram, okay, or they call as free body diagram. Now we see how to draw force body diagram or a free body diagram for the system we are considering. Now let us say, see F is the external force. See the tension between the string is, let us say, T here. Okay, we discussed earlier that T tension is also a force. Now see in the first part we consider these as our system. Now what are the forces here on mass M1? There is a F is the external force and T is a tension. Okay, now suppose we use Newton's second law of motion for mass M1. Okay, then we can write Tf minus T. Okay, that is the resultant force. Okay, when more than one force acts on a body or a system, we say we have to take the resultant force. So let us say F minus T is equal to M1A. Let us say this is equation number 1. Okay. Now similarly we consider mass M2. See, in that case this will be our system. Now what we can see here, if this is in equilibrium, this T will act here. So the same force I show here, T. Now see, this is the only force, okay, acting on the system. Under the effect of this, mass M2 will move. Okay. So what is the equation? We use Newton's second law of motion. We can say T is equal to M2A. Now this is equation number 2. Now see, if I add equation 1 and 2, so we can write F minus T is M1A and T is equal to M2A. Okay, so we'll get cancelled. F is equal to M1 plus M2 into A. As I told, A is the common acceleration of the system, so we can obtain the equation. A will be F upon M1 plus M2. Okay, this is the common acceleration. And if we want to get the acceleration tension in the string, we can simply put M2 is equal to A. Okay, in this equation, we can substitute the value of A in this equation or in this equation. we can obtain the value of the tension. So suppose I substitute this value of A in equation number 2. A is equal to F upon M1 plus M2, okay, or T is equal to M2A, okay, T is equal to M2A. So what is the value of A here? See, that will guess us the value of the tension in the string, okay. So this is about the system of connected bodies, okay, in which we have obtained the common acceleration of the system and the tension in the string or the rope. See, here we have discussed system of 2 blocks. We can have more than 2 blocks also, we can have 3 blocks, okay. See, as a generalized formula we can extend it for the n number of blocks, but right now see the limitation of our syllabus, such type of problem will be discussed, will be asked in the exam. So this is a one simple exam. See, sometimes this is a one simple exam we have discussed. Now instead here we have seen that 2 blocks are connected by a string or a rope, or if it is not like this and they are in contact, let us say they are like this, okay, let us say force F. F is the external force. So in that case we can take T is a contact force between M1 and M2. Same way this will be in the direction of opposite direction of the external force acting on this, okay. So in that case also we can write F minus T is M1A, okay. So here we have considered the force acting on block M1. Now if I consider force acting on block M2, okay, see, system is in equilibrium, or see, force on M2 we consider this force in the opposite direction. See, mass is M2. So what is the equation? T is equal to M2A. Okay. Again, if I add F is equal to M1 plus M2 into A. So A is equal to F upon M1 plus M2. Now this is the same value which we obtained here. So if the system is given like this, okay, T will be the contact force. Okay, so this is how we can solve the problem. See, most of our theory part is over in this lesson. Now I start with the examples of lesson number 5. Okay, now generally we, as I told earlier, we take the sums which includes calculation. Okay, now see, so we start with the example number. Okay, now see a bullet of mass 4 kg moving with a speed, okay, enters, now let us the bullet enters a wooden block and penetrates by a distance of 60 centimeter. Okay, so distance travel is 60 centimeter, that is 0.6 meter. Now here see the bullet penetrates in the wooden block and comes to rest. So the final velocity will be 0. Here this will be v0. Okay. Now the distance covered is 60 centimeter or 0.6 meter. What we have to calculate? The retardation, okay, and the force acting. Now see, we have to use the equation F is equal to ma. So we have to find out first acceleration. Now see the V0 is given. V0 is 90 meter per second. V0 distance is given. So we can use the equation A is equal to V square minus V0 square upon 2. Final velocity is 0. Okay, see here the velocity decreases, that's why we say have a retarding force. Okay, so retardation is, there is a negative acceleration is this. Now what is the force acting on the F is equal to ma, we have to use 0.4 into okay, mass is 0.04 kg. Okay, so the retarding force is 270 newtons. Okay, this is how we can solve. This is a very easy one. See, the mass of the bullet is given 0.04 kg, initial velocity is given, final velocity. See what we have obtained the acceleration. Now we use the equation F is equal to ma. Okay, now next is example number 5.3. Okay, now see the motion of the particle ut plus 1 by 2 gt square. Now this is the equation of a free falling body. See, let us say the vertically downward direction we can say. Okay, yes, what is the force acting this? See, now what is the force acting? Let us say mass is m. Now see, here we are given displacement. Now we know the rate of change of displacement gives the velocity, and if we take the derivative second time, that will give the value of acceleration. So see, the first derivative v will be dy by dt, u t derivative is 1 by 2, g t square derivative is 2t. Okay, so this is y is the displacement. First derivative gives us the velocity, so u plus gt, this is velocity. Now acceleration is dv by dt. Here is a constant g. Okay, t derivative is 1, so our acceleration is equal to g, that is a gravitational acceleration. So what is the force acting? F is equal to ma. Okay, now see, g is a gravitational acceleration. Okay, now this force we call as a gravitational force, or weight of the body, generally denoted as W is mg. This is a gravitational force acting on a body. So this is about the example 5.3. See, here we are given equation of displacement. See, so we take derivative 2 times, that will give us the acceleration, and then our equation F is equal to ma will give the value of the force. So this is about the example number 5.4. Now next is example number 5.4. Now see, a batsman hits back the now we will have a just IPL fever. Okay, so see, a batsman hits back the ball coming to his with a velocity of 12 meter per second. See the mass of the ball. Okay, now see, coming with the velocity v1 is 12 meter per second. So same v2 also 12 meter per second. Okay, what is the change in momentum? Okay, now see, as a convention, see, if I consider right hand side velocity as positive, opposite direction we have to take negative. Now what is the change in momentum? Let us say change in momentum is delta p. P1 minus P2. Okay, now M is common here. Well, opposite direction we have to take negative. Okay, so if I solve, we'll get. Now see what is the unit of momentum? A is kg meter per second or Newton second as we have discussed. So this is about the change in momentum of the ball. Okay. See, conversely, in addition to this, they can give you the time of contact. Now, this is not given in the textbook. Let us say the time of contact between ball and bat is 0.01 second. Okay, what is the force? Okay, what will be the value of the force? Now we use the equation F is equal to delta P by delta T. Okay. Okay. So that will give us the value or a magnitude of the force. Okay. So this is again we say the use of Newton's second law of motion. See, that is the rate of change of momentum gives the value of the force. Now next is example 5.5. Now let us say, okay, first example, first part, this is part A. Now identical billiard ball, strike a rigid ball with the same speed. Now first rate, the mass is m, strike with the velocity u. Now comes back with the same velocity. Okay, but if I consider right hand side velocity is a positive, opposite direction, you have to negative. Now this is a case 1. So what is change in momentum? This is the first case. Okay. Now, or you can take P2 minus P1. Okay, now see the second case. Ball is hitting the wall obliquely with the angle of 30 degree and rebound with the same angle. Now what is the change in momentum? Now see, the force is a vector quantity. Let us say this is V, U, this also is U. Now force is, we have seen that is a push or a pull. Now let us say this is our x-axis. So this is a push and this is a pull. But it will be easy for us if we have the same convention. So now this force, this velocity it is in terms of push. This is in pull. So if I want to have the same convention, see, the force velocity is a vector quantity, we can transpose it by keeping its magnitude and direction same. Okay, now let us say this is in 30 degree here, same angle 30 degree. Okay, now this is pull, as you can see in the diagram, this is also pull. Now we have to calculate the change in momentum. Now see, what are the components? Here, see, this will be u cos theta, u sin theta. Okay, now this u is the velocity here, angle theta in the fourth quadrant. So the fourth quadrant x is positive and y is negative. Now what about the final velocity u here? This also makes the same angle 30. This is u. So what is the component? U cos 30 and u sin 30. Okay, right now this is our x direction. We have to take the ratio of change in momentum in x direction. Okay, now what is delta P2? This was the first case. That's why I called delta P1. Naturally, this is we consider in the x direction only. So, this is a final velocity. This is the initial velocity. Now, momentum will be minus mu cos 30 minus mu cos 30 minus 2 mu cos 30. Now, see the cos 30 value you are having. We know very well. Actually, we should call it delta Px1. Okay, then work will be easy. Delta Px2. Now, see we have to take the ratio. So, change in momentum. Here, change in momentum in x direction we are having. Here also, change in momentum in the x direction we are having. Now, we have to take ratio. See here in the first case, there is no component, y component, that's why we are not going in detail. But here, see it is only, we consider only component in x direction. So now our question, change in momentum in the first case, we have to find out change in the case, change in ratio of the change in momentum in the first and the second case. So that we can call as 1 okay. Okay, so this will be the answer 2 upon root 3. Root 3 value you are you should root 3 1.73, so that you can easily obtain. Okay, that will come out to be 1 point. Now this is a case where we have to find out one object is thrown horizontally and second is at oblique. Okay, so this is how we can calculate change in momentum in both cases. Now see our next example. There is example 5.6. Now this is related to equilibrium of forces. This is related to equilibrium of forces. Now see from a rigid support like this, see block of mass m is suspended. See theta is the angle with the vertical. Now see a horizontal force of 50 Newton is applied. Okay. Now mass of the block is 6 kg. Now as I told, the gravitational force is weight. So weight is W mg. Okay. Now they say the system is in equilibrium. What is the angle made by the rope or a string with the vertical? Okay, now we can see, let us say the tension is T. Okay, tension in the string is T. So we can write like this. Now this T angle with the vertical is theta. Okay. Now, what are the component of T? See, we discussed earlier in the lesson number 4 also. See, the component of vector in a given direction is product of the magnitude of the vector and cosine of the angle made with the given direction. So, if this is T and angle is theta, we can say T cos theta. See, right now, we can say nowhere x or y is mentioned. Okay? So, that's why we have to stick to the basic definition, that is a component of vector in any direction is product of the magnitude of the vector and cosine of the angle made with the given direction. So now see, if T cos theta is this component, then naturally this will become T sin theta. Okay. Now here given that system is in equilibrium. Okay. So T sin theta will balance 50. Okay. And T cos theta. Okay. T cos theta will balance weight mg. Now generally angle we can represent in terms of tangent. So if I take the ratio T sin theta upon okay, tan theta we have obtained. Suppose as an additional part we have to find out the tension in the string. How we can see? Obtain. Let us see now. Now see our equation. T sin theta is 50, T cos theta is 60, tan theta is 5/6. Okay, tan theta is opposite upon adjacent. Now, see, we have to obtain the value of either sine or cos. Then we can easily obtain. So, what will be hypotenuse? Okay, tan theta is 5/6. That is opposite upon adjacent. So, what will be this side? So, this will be 6 square plus 5 square. 61. Okay. Now see, T cos theta is 50. Now what is the value of cos theta now here? Cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse. That will be 6 upon root 61. Okay. So this is how. Okay. T cos theta is 60. Sorry. Okay, T cos theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Okay, so T cos 60 is 6 upon root 61 that we have taken as. This is the equation we are using. Okay, so 10 into root 60. Okay, same way you can substitute in this equation also. Okay, now what is the sin theta? T sin theta is opposite upon hypotenuse. Okay, so T will be 50 into okay. So this value you can easily calculate and obtain the answer. So this is how we can solve such problems. Now this is about the example number 5.6. Okay, now see, I give you one such example, okay, related to equilibrium of forces. Okay, that I want you should try yourself. Okay, now see, what I explained is how to calculate the components. Okay, now let us say here this is a rigid support. See, a string is suspended like now. There are two ropes, let us say. Okay. Now see a block of mass 20 kg is suspended. G value I am giving as. Okay. Now see the inclination of the rope OA and OB. Let us say this angle is given as 60. This angle is 30. Now, as we can see, there will be tension in the string or the rope T1. Let us say I call, and this I call as T2. Okay. Now see what is our question. We have to find out T1 and T2. Okay. Now see mass is given as 20 kg. G is 10 meter per second square. The system is of the rope and the block, okay, of mass 20 kg is suspended like this. Calculate okay. Now this I am giving you as a practice. See next time when we meet, or in the next lesson, I will give the solution. Next lecture I will give the solution. Okay, and we'll complete the example parts and continue with the exercise numericals of lesson number 5. Thank you.